Vicky here with you. I hope you're doing well. So today we're making some cards with the diamond painting from New Days Craft, and my desk is a mess. I pulled out all the paper scraps of colors that I thought would look good for Easter. So that is one thing why it's a mess. I also have this jelly print, which I thought would be amazing for this. And I have a little stack of other papers that I thought might be good. Then I pulled out a bunch of my punch because I don't use them, and honestly I should. And I've pulled out some of these punches because I figured I could use the In Love Art sentiments and use those on the cards. So yeah, that's the plan. I've also pulled out some inks to edge the things if I wanted. So yeah, I'm doing all the things, guys. That's what's going on right now, and I'm totally out of space, like really out of space. I don't know where to put the stuff anymore, and I forgot to pull out my cards. That's what happens when you're like all over the place. So I need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm not gonna pull out the smaller ones just because I think it's gonna be better if they're bigger. I can maybe pull these out because those might be cool for some of the little ones. I don't know. We shall see. But basically we're gonna do cards until we've done cards with all 5 of these. That's gonna be the plan for today. So I'm not gonna put a timer, and I'm just gonna go for it and enjoy it. And yeah, I've got stuff all over my desk. I've been working really hard in my Etsy store, pulling out some vintage items and listing them, and so I've got stuff all over because I love to go thrifting, but obviously now I need to list the items. The other very exciting thing is that, and I didn't foresee that happening, but my dad obviously is retired, and he's been retired for a while, and he loves to go thrifting and things like that, but obviously because he's got obviously a limited budget, a limited amount of space. And so a lot of the times when he goes thrifting, he's not purchasing anything, which is kind of sad because it's part of the fun is to be on the hunt and to find things. So now that I'm listing vintage items, he's got a mandate to find stuff for the store, and so he's like so excited. It's so amazing to be able to work with him on stuff like that, and so now we're planning a visit soon so that I can spend time with him and show him the items that I purchased, and yeah, and just go thrifting together, which is always an awesome activity. And the other thing that we're also planning to do is possibly the summertime, if I'm hoping that, you know, the restrictions are coming down and we can go to flea markets together, which I haven't done in like so long. So we can meet at the flea market. There's some close by, and he's super excited about that. So I'm so blessed to be able to make this activity with him, and I really feel like I need to treasure this time that I can spend with him. So I've got all kinds of different scraps. I do have a lot of orange ones, so let's see if some can fit directly on the card. And this way, I don't know if I want to leave an edge or not. Maybe I could, because there's some white here, and then I'm thinking I could use the orange with this little guy and obviously the carrot. The egg could be pretty much any color. So if I was to use this, let's try that out. So these might be very simple, or they might turn out to be pretty elaborate. Right now, because I'm going to be using this, I'm not going to use a border stamp because the image is already pretty big and I really want the background to be shown. So if I was to use a border on top of it, it might be a bit much. So we're gonna just go with this, and so this is gonna be the inside part. So this is just a jelly print that I did a while back. Haven't made any jelly printing in a little bit. My Patreons mentioned that they would like me to do so. I will be doing also an alcohol printing on. I get a lot of the photo papers from thrift stores, and then you can use the alcohol ink to make really awesome backgrounds that you can use in cards. And I used some of those recently in one of the cards that I shared with them, and so I thought it'd be fun to make some, like, to share how I did it, because it's been a while. And so that's the video I plan on releasing for them soon. So do I put him directly on there, or do I put him on a little piece of orange? I think I might do that instead, just because he's kind of clear behind and I felt like you could see, which was not what I wanted. You could actually see the background from under him. Now the other question is, do I leave the big square or do I cut him out? And I think I'm going to cut him out because I feel like he's being lost by doing it this way. So I'm just going to go around the sticker part. You can see like the edge is clear, and so is the background, kind of. Like there's a little bit of yellow, but it's like very pale, so you could actually see the background paper, which was not the look I was looking for. So this way it's gonna be better, I think. And I'm so anxious for spring. Today we're changing hours, so the days are gonna look longer. It's gonna be hard though to lose an hour of sleep. This morning was kind of sad to get up and realize that it's an hour later. Oh man, but what can you do? You can't have it all. So I'm thinking I might just stamp directly onto this and use that. Now I have the little Happy Easter that I could use. I think that might be it. And I'm gonna just ink the bottom part because I don't want the little rabbit to show. So let me just find a way to just ink the bottom portion, because I don't want to cut it. I could cut the acrylic stamp, but I don't really want to because of the fact that I might lose the sentiment once I've cut it, and that'd be kind of sad. And this works, so we will do it that way. I'm telling you, I've got dishes everywhere because I'm taking the pictures and listing everything, and yeah. So I need to be careful when I move stuff around. And my desk is becoming a disaster area, so I'm gonna need to clean it out, but I really want to get the stuff organized first. So that's my goal right now. Okay, so I'm gonna just cut that out. I could have made it a little bit longer, so I could have put bling on it. But honestly, because it's diamond painting and there's already like a lot of bling on him, I think that it's enough. I don't want to overcharge the card either, and it's a pretty busy background with the fact that it's my jelly print, so I'm going to keep it simple. And these are just cheap paints that I had, so it was a yellow and a pink, and it obviously makes orange, an orangey color, so very cute, but I didn't use it before, so it's kind of nice to be able to finally get a use for it. And I'm just gonna put my little Happy Easter. And here we go. We've got the first card done. Then for the next one, we're going to be doing the carrot. And I could just leave it like that. That would be very pretty as well. So I might do that because I don't want to waste a big piece of orange. And I've got already this piece here that I'm thinking I could put the carrot on. So I could put do I use that one, or do I have a thinner one that I could put the carrot on? Is that big enough for the carrot? If it is, it's barely big enough. Well, I think it might do it. And if so, that would be the ideal, because this is a piece that I can't really do much with. And yeah, I think that works. So, and I get to throw the rest in the recycling bin. Yay! And this way I don't cover my entire background, which is better, I feel. And I think I'm going to put it crooked. And then I could, for that one, is that the same orange? It's very close. So maybe I wonder if I can do this in 2 words and then cut it out as a circle, as a small circle. And if so, then I could actually use another circle with the orange. Let's see if I can actually do this. I was to do this. Happy. Wipe that down. That works. Might not be the best stamping ever that I've done, but it works. And then I can just punch through here, and I'm gonna align it. This is a creative memory punch that I've had forever. And then there's a bigger one that I can just use. With the orange. And then I can throw this part away. And let's see how that would look. So that would be like that. And this one, I think I'm going to add some bling to the white part. So now you see me do something crooked. Because I don't put my things in angles very often. So, and it's been mentioned to me before, and rightly so, because I don't do it. Which I don't really know why, but I just don't. Okay, so what do I have in terms of bling that I could use? Do I have some here as well? I think I might have some orange in here. If I have orange, that might be the best. Yeah, I have orange. So honestly, I'm going to put this one away. And go through this one. There is these though that could be really pretty with some of the pink. So I'll keep those out for that. Now, what do I want to use? So I'm thinking I'm gonna put 3 here. Oops. And 3 at the bottom. And I could have cut my card a little bit smaller, and that might have looked a little bit better, but I like it anyway. I'm just gonna, there's a little spot here, so I'm just gonna add 2 little blings on that as well, because why not? Everything can look better with bling. So now I'll put this back in the little pocket. So this was a gift from an artist friend a long time ago. She had gifted a bunch of these little Queen & Co. Folders with a bunch of bling in them, and I really love them, but I don't use them often enough. So here's the opportunity to do so. So now I'm wondering if I use these 3, because then I would be finished with these type of cards, and I think that it would be pretty with the pink. I do have this here. But it's not going to really work out for this. And I have this here. I was thinking, actually, I have something that I was thinking of using. Let me pull it out. Let me pull it out, because I have a bunch of shapes that I've die cut, and I kept the other section, and I thought it would be very cool to use these for my cards. And two. I had 2. There's the other one. So I'm thinking, like, I could put I could use these as the on the egg like right in the middle, or the, like I could put it this way with the little sheep. Could be pretty. I wonder if I could just do that without putting more. So let's see if I was to cut it just so that it's, you see the card on all sides. So let's say I do this. And now you see, actually I need to do it a little bit more because I want to see the lavender color on the top and the bottom as well. Here we go. And then you can put, I can put this little guy in. I think that would be pretty. And then I can decide if I want to put a sentiment or bling or something else. But let's start off by just doing that. So you see, like, you can use the shapes that you've cut out, so long as you've got it kind of centered, that you can actually use all the edge, because if it had been cut, then obviously I wouldn't be able to do this. Like by cut, if this had been like right at the top, it wouldn't have worked in this fashion. And I'm using glue just so I can reposition it a little bit better. And I'm going to put this little guy directly on here. That's pretty. And now question is, what do I do? Do I put a sentiment or I leave it this way? I do have bling like this that I could put. Like a little row of bling on both sides. I'm gonna be sad once these are finished. I have a bunch of bins of blings in the garage, spare ones, but I'm not sure if I have any of this model. But I've had it for like so long that stuff is getting unglued. It's not actually bling for card making. I think it was to be used for phones and stuff, but I wouldn't put bling on my phone. Yeah, like that. I wonder if I would like this as well. I'm going to cut the little excess here with the glue string. Yeah, I think it finishes it off better. And need another the section, and this one already has some broken parts, so it's gonna do perfectly. And there's cat hair. Here we go. Telling you, cat hair is everywhere. Gets in everything. This is from when I was downstairs in the laundry room. Yeah, I think I like that better. Just finishes it off a little bit more. And it's quite blingy, which is perfect. Okay, so then we have this one left. Now I could put multi papers, but I'm not sure. The egg is pink. Whoops. I could put my egg on top of this and then layer it there. Let's try that out. I'm just gonna cut around. So I could do this like this. Or I could use this for the little rabbit instead. And use like this one that has a border on here. And then decisions. Or I use one of these. Can I do multiple pinks? I kind of like the idea of using this big piece. Have this here as well that I could use. Or I have this one, which is more pale. And then I could put the sentiment like over here. So let's try this out. cut this out. Like so. And then this one I'm gonna cut to like here. And I'm gonna put that there. And then this here, I'm gonna try to do something with this. It would help if I open it up. So. And of course it gets stuck. I hate when they do that, when my punches do that. Okay, so this is out. Need to align it properly. Maybe if I stand up and not even, yeah, it worked this time around. So let's align it on the other side so I can do the last little bit, because there's a tiny little piece that was not done. Like the little edge there. Okay, so then we're gonna align this again. Oh my God. I kind of messed up that one, but it's okay. Kind of hard to sometimes align it properly so that you don't over punch some of them, but at the same time you don't have a gap. Okay, so we did pretty good, or I should say I did pretty good with all things compared. So I'm going to use this here up to here. So you know what, I think I'm just going to glue this piece down and then cut around, just so I don't mess up my measurements. This is not cat hair, it's the lint from my sweatpants. So this way. Actually, it's crooked. It's not all the way to the edge. Come on. Okay, like so. Kind of straight. And then where are my scissors? So at least we're using some of the punches, because I pulled them out and it would be kind of sad if I didn't even use them. Okay. This I can actually, I'm having some ideas here. My brain is ticking away. So I'm thinking I could use this way. And then I have the big egg, which can cover my boo-boo. on the on that piece. And then I have this here, which is the leftover, which I could put here. I could cut it so that I don't have that little piece there, because it's a little bit broken. Is it okay? Ah, I missed it just by a tad. Okay, so now it's okay. So what I could do is put this here, and then, whoops, and then put this here, and then put that little piece on top with the sentiment. Can I make that work? That's the question. And I cut it crooked, of course. So if I was to do this here, because it's kind of small to use my guillotine, and I'm afraid I'm gonna cut my fingers off, which would not be cool. So then I could put that there, and I could put the sentiment on top, and this over here like so, and then I'm using all my little bits. I was thinking of using Have an Excellent Time, but I'm wondering if it's gonna fit. And what happened to my stamp? Oh, it's there. It's not gonna fit the Have an Excellent Time unless I do it completely to the edge, and then it fits like barely. Okay, so let's try that out. I mean, we shall see if it works or not. So this is another one that's still attached, but we're still gonna play with it this way. Yay! It worked. I stamped crooked, but what you gonna do? My stuff is always ends up a bit crooked. It's part of the charm, I guess. Okay, so then let's assemble this. So this here, I'm gonna put on that here, and it barely fits. Perfect. And then, okay, so let's start off with this. So I'm really using all sorts of little bits and pieces of items that were in my stash, and I love like being able to use those little borders because they've just been staying in there in my stash for a very long time, so it's nice to finally get a use out of them. And it's fun to use my punches because I don't use those often enough. So yeah, getting to use all the things. Okay, so here, I'm going to put that over here, and this just like so. And I get to use all the little bits that otherwise would have gone in the recycling bin. I really didn't want to. I love being able to use as much as possible. Okay, now the question is, I could add some extra bling. But do I do so? Because there's already so much little details that I'm thinking I don't really want to add any bling. The only thing I would like to do though is kind of make this disappear a little bit. So if I was to just go over the little edge with a little colored pencil, it kind of removes some of the white and it's not as visible. So here we go. Gonna leave that one as is. Then we have one last one to do. I'm gonna be using this piece here, and we've got the little rabbit that I could put, because it's kind of smaller at one end, so it'd be better if he's like at the bottom part. See, this is what I mean, like when I leave just a little bit of like this, it kind of makes it harder to use the edge. So I have that one as well, which is wider. Which would fit better with my bunny. I have some pink. I can put pink. And then the frame, and then the bunny on the pink. Kind of throws me off to have such a big top here to see if I like it or not, so we'll just adjust it so that it's kind of even on all sides, and I can figure out if I like it or not. So and I could put a sentiment here. And I had some bling like on the four corners maybe. So let's try that out. I mean, I've cut everything up, so. And the fun thing is I'm using all scraps, so it doesn't really matter if I was to ruin something up. It's not a big deal. And I haven't used any of the papers that I had pulled out. So the proof that you don't need, sometimes you can have just colored cardstock and that's enough. Depends on what you're doing, obviously. And the first two cards I used my jelly printing, which was handmade. So if you don't have any decorative paper, pattern paper, you can make your own easily and use that. Okay, so then my little bunny, it's gonna go like, no, don't do that. I'm not ready yet. Here we go. And then I can put a little a little something here. And it could be like a little somebody loves you. So I'm going to use this Stampin' Up punch. I mean, this is very small. I suppose it's supposed to go in, but like really, it's quite tiny. So I'm not sure that it would be very useful, but anyway. I was thinking of putting that on top of this and putting this sentiment on top. What else do I have? Could put it on that. Might be better on this one. So let's first of all stamp this thing. And again, it's stuck to another one. I had pulled out my mat and obviously didn't use it. But let's try it with this one. Yeah, much better. I guess I had left a little mark, but anyway, it's okay. So we finished with all the stamping. I'm just going to put my stamp set away so I don't lose any parts. And then I can use this on here. I'm thinking, because this is the same pink, so that won't work. But I could put it with this here. And if I use like the top corner, I'm really using up as much as possible so I still have a big piece left. Because this is tiny. And I can cut this out like so. And then cut this little piece out. And I can put this right on top. I didn't cut straight as usual. Like I didn't align it properly, so it was a little bit bigger on one side than the other. So let's make that more even. And I can put this over here. And then we've got the bling to use. So I was thinking, now that I've got that this way, I could put two on here. And then I've got, put one here. Or do I put it like more at the bottom? No, I think I prefer it within the little frame. And I have just two little blings left of that sheet. Okay, so we've done all the cards. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the process of using your scraps and your stash. I didn't use the inks but who knew? I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use, but at least I used a punch. And I used a lot of bling that I had in my stash. And yeah, so I think they turned out really cute. Hope you find so too. And I will see you guys soon. Don't forget, if you're interested in the stickers, you can find them in the description box below with the discount code. So love you guys. Bye.